Are you in a lonely marriage? Hey there, I'm Sharon Pope. I help women who are struggling in lonely and disconnected marriages get the confidence and clarity they need to either fix the struggles in their marriage or move forward without regret. If you like what you hear, I hope you'll subscribe. Do you feel like you're in a lonely marriage? One of the very first questions I ask my new clients to get clear about when they first start working with me is I want them to write down what are their fears if they choose to remain in the marriage, and what are their fears if they choose to leave the marriage. Now, when it comes to staying in the marriage, their fears sound like, I don't want to waste another year or 3 years or 10 years if it's not going to work. They'll say, I don't want to live my whole life never feeling loved or never feeling desired. And what if I stay and nothing changes and then I just feel lonely forever? That's oftentimes what the fears sound like when it comes to if I choose to stay. But when it comes to leaving, there's some consistent themes on that side too. What if the grass isn't actually greener? What if he finds love first and it takes me a long time? Or worse, what if I am alone forever and I never find love? That idea that you might be alone forever has kept so many women absolutely paralyzed from making a decision about their marriage. And it's based on the premise that a relationship that feels bad is at least better than no relationship at all. Right? Think about that for a second. But here's what I want to offer you. If you've been struggling in your marriage for years or maybe decades, you know what it's like to feel lonely, don't you? You might feel like you have a partner by your side, but that there's no one in your corner. You know, you may have someone to come home to at night, but you feel so distant from them and you feel like they don't even understand who you are, nor appreciate who you really are. You may be able to lay your head down on a pillow next to someone at night, but boy, that gap in between the two of you, even though you're only inches apart, feels like a million miles. I know those feelings because I was in a relationship like that myself. And I would argue that feeling the emotion of loneliness when you're in a relationship is an entirely different feeling than when you feel lonely because you're not in a relationship at all. It's much, much harder. The other thing I would offer is that while the emotion of loneliness isn't going to feel great, it's also not going to kill you either. Once you become willing to feel an emotion of loneliness, now you can start making decisions about your marriage from a place of clarity and power and not from a place of fear and lack. Doesn't that sound like that's a much quicker path towards clarity for yourself? If you like what you heard or this resonated with you, then I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to explore whether or not there's a fit for you and I to work together, you can go to clarityformymarriage.com. And if you want to be notified every time that I post a new video here, at the end of this video, there will be an icon in the upper left corner. Just click it. Take good care.